And hi everyone, from my behalf, my name is Riku Laiho. I'm the application manager for the Cast in Place Concrete. And as Tony said, today we're going to have a sneak peek to Tekla Structures 2018 for concrete contractors. We have really good agenda for today. So the new version is boasting of new really good features. First, we are going to take a look at the usability improvements. Then we're going to handle the new developments of the rebar sets concept. And after that, we're going to discuss what's new for pours. And then we have the formwork improvements. And as the last issue, we're going to see how the information flows even better than before in the new version. Next, we're going to take a look on the new development done on the rebar sets. Usability has taken huge steps forward due to better performance and the new selection switches, among other things. And in this webinar, we're going to concentrate on the modeling and the reporting side of the rebars. If you're interested about the drawing improvements, take a look on the engineering webinar recording, which was aired on Tuesday this week. There are many great things done on the drawing side as well. Next, we quickly go through some modeling improvements. So in the new version, it's easy to use the corner splitters, and they behave differently if you have an inside or outside corner. You're able to modify those features of the split by using the direct modification. And for example, here we're adding the split in the inside corner, and you can see that it behaves differently. And if we want, we can, for example, modify the placement of the lab. In new version, we also have support for the curved structures. So the creation tool automatically recognizes the curved structure. And on the longitudinal bars, we can have 3 guidelines which then direct the direction of those bars. Pretty cool. Then for rebar, coupler, and anchor tools, we now have the support for rebar sets. We have now new reporting possibilities, especially for the tapered groups. So they can now have a same position number inside of a group, and then you can differentiate those bars by using a sub-ID. You also have a possibility to number identical groups and number of bars in a group. There are also other new template and format string attributes, and for those, please check out the release notes. Next, we're going to demonstrate how powerful the rebar sets is when it's used on a complicated concrete geometry, such as this tunnel structure here. First, you select the faces of the concrete where you want to place those rebars, and then you start splicing the rebar in smaller rebar groups. With the direct modification, it's easy to place those splices to a correct location. And with the color coding, it's easy to distinguish the rebar groups from each other. You can use the custom inquiry to inquire the properties of a rebar group. In rebar sets, we have a new functionality to add the rebar on certain concrete face. And it's really easy to use. Once we have that desired rebar shape there, we can start splicing the rebar set into a smaller rebar groups and into the shape of bars that is easy to fabricate and install on the site. Once you have that rebar in the model, you can use the unique feature of the rebar sets to change the layer of the rebar on a concrete face. This enables that the rebar on the same face is not clashing with each other. With a direct modification, you can also change the placement of the rebar group. Why Tekla Structures is such a great tool for concrete contractors is that we have a unique pour functionality which enables user to divide that cast-in-place concrete structure into pour sequences, how the structure is actually put together on site. In the new version, we introduce a new concept called pour unit. Let's take a closer look. Pour functionality automatically detects the items that are clashing with the pour geometry and adds those to the pour unit. These kind of items are reinforcements or embeds in the concrete. Other items not inside the concrete structure, such as formwork, need to be added to the pour manually. So you would select those items and then use right-click to add those items to the pour unit. We have here a short demonstration to show you how useful pour unit is for reporting purposes. So in Organizer, you can categorize the pours, for example, by pour number. You can select that pour by using Organizer and then use a cross selection, for example, to select the formwork belonging to that exact pour. You get a so-called shopping list of that formwork and you can see every item needed to accomplish that pour. We've got a lot of positive feedback about our formwork placing tools, and we're really happy about the positive buzz that we are able to cause inside of the construction and especially in concrete industry. We're really excited about the new version since it differs like a night and day from the previous ones when it comes to the performance in formwork design. We're also introducing completely new tool for placing formwork for slabs. So let's next take a look on the improvements done for the formwork placing tool for walls. So let's see the tool in action. It's always good to start from the corners and the ends of the walls. And let's start placing those panels on the concrete. In the new version, we can now use the native parts in conditions, and the bulkhead has now the end offset, and also the elevation of the bulkhead corners is now correct in the new version. And let's drag this panel here to make the corner work, and the same here in the top, and then we're ready to place those bulkhead panels in the end of the wall as so. And then let's start placing those fillers there between the panels. Let's close the gaps. In the new version, we have now single placing for the ties. So you get those predefined points where you can add those ties to, and you can also take the ties through the filler. Completely new thing in this version is that we have the wailers, and for wailers as well, you have those predefined positions where you can add and connect the wailer to. And it's really easy to add those wailers to connect the different panels on the formwork structure. They don't need to be straight. You can have those tilted as well, so you can freely position those wailers as you wish. Let's add the braces. And the braces, we also have the single placing option now, and you can also add those braces for the tilted panels as well. And we have a automatic brace selection by length, so depending how long brace you need, it's automatically added by the tool. And there we have it, really nice formwork design, and it's now ready for quantity takeoff and taken to the site. So we now added the formwork to the pour unit, and let's see how we can utilize that in the quantity takeoff and controlling the pours. So Organizer automatically assigns the pour units to sections and floors, and you can use that in controlling the components in the model. So we can access the formwork components by using the Organizer and select the specific items from the organizer categories, and then see those visualized in the model and also in the object browser table. We can go to the specific pour and see the contents and the formwork needed for that pour, and also visualize those items on the model. So we always know where the quantities derive from. As we have already seen, that Tekla has taken the formwork design on completely new level, but we don't stop there, but we want to introduce you with the formwork placing tool for slabs. So in this demonstration, I'm going to use DokaFlex system, which consists of plywood panels, cross and main girders, and then shuttering under the girders. So let's start by selecting the slab, and it automatically can detect the area of the slab and place the panels under the slab. We can stretch the paneled area. Okay, it looks really good. The only thing left to be done is to add these formwork items to the pour unit, so we can use it in reporting. So just select the items and add to pour unit, and select the pour that they are added to. And then we can, for example, use the organizer to report these items based on the pours.